Okay, my friends, let's find a seated position that feels good. And we're gonna bring the hands to the outsides of the hips, and we're just gonna sit up nice and tall, really feeling that length in your spine. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. We're just gonna take a couple really big deep breaths. So big inhale, lift your shoulders towards your ears, and then as you exhale, press your palms towards the ground. Again, inhale, lift those shoulders towards your ears. Exhale and press your palms down towards the ground. One more time. Inhale, lift the shoulders. This time as you exhale, roll those shoulders to the back and press those palms towards the ground. Keep pressing those palms towards the mat. Lift the crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale and just gently pull the chin towards the chest. Nice, big, deep breaths. Inhale, lift your head back to neutral, and as you exhale, press your left palm towards the mat and gently draw that right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep pressing that left palm towards the mat, and you're gonna feel this nice pull, this nice stretch all the way down that left side. And a slow turn of your chin towards that right collarbone. Slow and steady, guys. Keep pressing that left palm towards the mat. As you exhale, release the chin towards the chest. Relax those shoulders, big shoulder roll up and back, and shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Press that right palm towards the mat. And then gently draw that left ear towards that left shoulder. So keep pressing that right palm down as you tip that head to the left. Just that nice pull, that nice stretch all the way down that right side. And then a gentle slow turn of the chin towards the collarbone. Now just notice if this side holds a little more tension or a little less. I always hold a little bit more on that right side. So just how is it for you? Now gently release the chin towards the chest. Bring the hands behind your head and release your fingers. And then just a gentle pull as those elbows close around the ears, drawing the chin down. Inhale, lift the head, open the elbows wide, and gently release the weight of the head back into the hands. Opening the chest, drawing the base of those shoulder blades towards one another. You can have the eyes open or closed. And then once again, as you exhale, gently pull the chin down towards the chest. Close the elbows around the ears, that gentle pull down. Inhale, lift the head, open the elbows wide. One more time, release the weight of the head back into the hands. Squeeze the base of those shoulder blades. And inhale it back up, nice and tall. Let's walk those hands forward, releasing the weight of the upper body down. Now you're welcome to stack fists for the forehead to rest against, or you can walk those hands out, just finding what feels good to your body at this point. Just gently working out the kinks, guys. And we're just gonna alternate rotating the torso. So as you alternate lifting different sides of the rib cage, nothing huge, just working with your breath. Just working to surrender, to let go. Now just let that upper body be heavy. And nestle that tummy and chest down in your lap. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Release your hands around behind your back. Fingertips are gonna point towards your bottom, and we're gonna lift the chest, arching back just a bit. Really draw those shoulder blades towards one another. If you need to adjust your hands, adjust how your hands are sitting. And then gently release it back. Just kind of a neutral. We're not sinking into those shoulders. We're going to do that one more time. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lift the chest, arch the back. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Just gazing up towards the sky. And then gently release back to that neutral spine. Sit up nice and tall, core strong, reach to the sky. Flow forward, and let's come up onto all fours. To a tabletop position. Hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width, core nice and strong. Let's inhale and extend left arm and right leg. Lifting out of that right shoulder, lengthening through the fingertips, and then reaching back with those toes. Hips are level, side by side. Add a flex to that right foot. Press through your heel. Now we're going to bend that right knee and draw your heel towards your bottom. As much or as little as feels right to you. Really engaging those glutes and the hamstrings on that right side. Still lifting out of that right shoulder. Reaching around with that left hand, can you find your right foot? Take a hold of it if you can find it. Now press your foot into your hand as you guide your hand and foot towards the sky and slowly lift your gaze. Breathe. Gently releasing the intensity, extending arm and leg once again, and release it down, center your weight. And inhale it up, right arm and left leg. Square those hips, lift out of that left shoulder, lengthen through the fingertips, reach out through those toes. Add a flex of that left foot. Core is strong, bend that left knee. A little or a lot, just engaging, feeling that firing up of those hamstrings and the glutes. Making sure that that left hip stays level with the right. Let's reach that right hand around behind. Can you find your foot? Take a hold of it if you can find it. Now press your foot into your hand as your hand guides your foot up. And take your gaze up. Breathe. Gently releasing the intensity once again, extending right arm and left leg. And release it down to tabletop. Take a big breath into cow pose, tummy towards the mat, gaze and sit bones to the sky. Exhaling and hollowing the tummy and chest, lift your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. One more time each direction, big inhale. And exhale to cat. We come back to our neutral spine and sit it back to child's pose. Extend the arms out long. Hips back towards your heels. Big toes just barely touching. You're welcome to open up those knees a bit to create a little more room for your tummy and your chest. Just find a comfortable place. You're welcome to come back here anytime you like. As you're ready, extend those arms out nice and long. Hands or shoulder width apart. We're going to bend the elbows and place the forearms to the mat. Bring your palms to gently touch. Spread your fingers wide. We lift the forehead, tuck the toes, and press up to dolphin. So those elbows are right below the shoulders. Those palms are gently touching. Feet hip width apart, and those heels gently sinking down towards the mat. Pressing through the elbows, through the forearms to guide your weight back towards those heels. Just like our down dog, only we've got the forearms to the mat. Let's inhale up to the balls of the feet. And then exhale, let your heels gently sink. So we engage those calves. As you inhale, squeeze those calves. And then as you exhale, let your heels sink and get that length on the backs of the legs. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift up those heels, come up to the pads of the toes. And then exhale, slowly release it down. Let's walk those feet back one at a time and level out into dolphin plank. Toes or knees, lifting out of the shoulders, lengthening through the crown of the head. Core is strong. We're just going to do little hip drops from side to side. They do not need to touch the mat. Just as big or as little as you'd like them to be. It can be just as simple as a little hip twist or that bigger rotation. You decide. Those feet are rocking side to side. We can do this on the knees too. So absolutely fine to be down on those knees. Just really firing up those obliques. Coming back to center. Hold that dolphin plank. And let's walk the feet in, back to dolphin. Allowing those heels to sink. Feeling that warmth in the shoulders, the belly. As you exhale, release the knees to the mat, palms to the mat, hands shoulder width apart. Extend those arms. Press and lift your hips to the sky. To down dog. Inhaling up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs, reach your sit bones high. And then exhale, let your heels sink. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Toes are slightly turned out. And we rotate, extending right arm to the sky, reach it up. Circling that right arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. Just circle the back of your waist as far as you can reach and roll that right shoulder back, gazing up towards the sky. Breathe. Getting into that right hip a little bit, those left hip flexors, that right groin. Adding a little rotation through the spine, working flexibility of that spine. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, release your right hand to the mat. Step it back to plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. And sway our hips side to side. Head heavy, face soft. And we come back to center, shifting your weight to your right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot to the outside of your mat. Toes are out, heel is in just a bit. So that little rotation, and rotate, extend. Left arm to the sky, reach it up. High as you can reach, hips are heavy. Circling that left arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back, just circle the back of your waist as far as you can reach. Taking your gaze up towards that out over that left shoulder, up towards the sky. Big, full, deep breaths, guys. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Always working to let go, extending that left arm to the sky. Slowly release that left hand to the inside of your foot. Step that left foot back to plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. Finding that downward facing dog. Head heavy. Heels heavy. And we just take a moment checking in on our overall well-being today. Not just our physical well-being, but how we feel inside, emotionally, mentally, as well as physically. Self-care, self-love, guys. Bring it. The end of your exhale, take the gaze between your hands, walk your feet in to forward fold. And just relax the weight of the upper body down. Let your arms be heavy, let your head be heavy. Bring the hands to the elbows, we hold on and just gently sway side to side. So as we check in, guys, sometimes we don't even realize that we just got a huge load on our shoulders. And when we stop for a moment, we recognize that. And once we've recognized it, then we can do something about it. We can delegate, we can choose to let go. We can deal with things one thing at a time. Coming back to center. but always be aware, mindful, kind. Relax your arms and then slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. And that big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Bring the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll those shoulders and reach your knuckles towards the ground. That openness in the chest. Eyes can be open or closed, guys. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, lift your arms as high as you can get them. We're not leaning forward, but we're staying nice and tall. Core is strong, and we're activating the muscles in that upper and middle back. We're not jamming the neck and the shoulders together. Lengthen that neck. Gently bringing the hands back down. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, arch it back. Gaze to the sky. Reach your knuckles down. And breathe. Inhaling it back up nice and tall. Release your hands. Big shoulder roll up and back to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Relaxing the weight of the upper body down. Soft bend in those knees. We're going to bring that left hand to the mat, pressing your palm firmly into the mat. So bend those knees as much as you need to make that happen. And let's rotate and extend. Right arm to the sky, reaching up as high as you can reach. Now your gaze, it might feel better to your neck to look down towards the mat, out straight it to the side, or look up to find the base of that right thumb. We are rotating through that upper body as much as we can. We are reaching as high as we can reach. Hamstring stretch is secondary, guys, to that rotation. As you exhale, slowly release that right hand down. Right hand takes the place of the left. Maybe you can straighten those legs a little bit more. Maybe you need to bend those knees a little bit more. Rotate your body and extend. Left arm to the sky, reach it up. High as you can reach. Again, where does your gaze need to be? Down towards the mat, out straight ahead to the side, or can you look up? Looking up towards the base of that left thumb. Reach and extend. Breathe. That active stretch, guys. What's working? What's being stretched? And how's your breath? Slowly releasing that left hand down. Releasing back to forward fold. Legs are long, but not those knees bent. Not locked out. You can bend those knees just a bit. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. We're gonna hold our up dog just for a moment, or cobra. We're on the tops of the feet. We're lifting those legs. How much of your legs can you get off the mat if you're doing up dog? Breathe. As you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips to down dog. And let's gently alternate bending knees, walk it out. Always a great place to check in, guys. Always a great opportunity to grab a drink of water. And just coming back to down dog when you're ready. As you exhale, let both heels gently sink. Take the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. We inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And as you exhale, take a giant step back towards the back of your mat. Open those arms out to a T. Turn your toes out to about a 45-degree angle. And we're going to have those wrists right over the ankles, rotating palms to the sky. Inhale, reach to the sky. Pull the hands to heart center and sink into your legs. So as we sink into our legs, guys, you can come as low as you like or remain as high as you like. This is about your journey and this is about your body. Be kind. Relax the shoulders. Roll those knees out. Tuck the pelvis under and lift that chest nice and tall. Stay low in the legs. Extend the arms overhead. Soften those shoulders. Find your breath. Interlace your fingers all with the index finger and thumb. Inhale, extend the legs. And as you exhale, lean to the left. Reach out, use that left hand to pull that right arm. Inhale it back to center and sink back into those legs. Inhale, rise, extend the legs. Exhale, lean to the right. Use that right hand to pull that left arm. Reach, 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 reach. Oh my goodness, that feels good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sink back into those legs. Pull the hands to heart center. Let's lift that right heel. And breathe. Pelvis is still tucked under, knees are still rolled open. And release, lifting that left heel. Breathe. Now if you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. Release that left heel. Find a focal point out in front of you. Core strong. Both heels lift. Interlace your fingers once again, all with the index finger and thumb, and extend those arms. Now you can keep those hands at heart center by extending those arms, guys. It ups the game a little bit. Breathe. Gently release your heels. Rise. And exhale, arch it back. Open the arms to a nice wide V. Gaze to the sky. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, open those arms out to a T. Core strong, let's hinge halfway over. We're gonna come halfway over and release that right hand to the mat. Keeping those hips side by side, rotate and extend. Left arm to the sky. Now that left hip wants to lift. Don't let it. Reach up as high as you can reach. Breathe. That active resistance, getting us stronger, guys. As you exhale, let that left hip lift and press that right inner thigh towards that left foot. Reach and extend, working to stack the arms, to stack the shoulders. Lifting out of that right shoulder. Circling that left arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. If you can find that right thigh, hold on to it. Find your breath. Now, if it feels okay to you, start to bend that left knee. Breathe, sinking as low as you like. Bottom no lower than your knee, however. Adjust that right hand to support however you need to adjust. Now extend that left leg. Extend that left arm. And slowly release it down. Left hand takes the place of the right. Square your hips, keep them square. And let's rotate that right arm to the sky. Reaching up, right hip wants to lift. Don't let it. Feel that strength it takes in those obliques, that strength it takes in the upper back to reach to the sky. Shaky is good, guys. Shaky just means you're really working hard. It's good stuff. As you exhale, let that right hip lift. Press that left inner thigh out towards that right foot. Reach up through those right fingertips. Stacking the arms, stacking the shoulders. Find your breath, gazing wherever you need to keep that neck happy. Let's circle that right arm around behind the back. Forearm along the small of the back. If you can find that left thigh, hold on to it. Can't quite find it, just tuck your arm as tightly as you can. Breathing, checking in. Do we still have room to play? If you like, as you exhale, bend that right knee. Sink low. Again, adjusting that left hand wherever you need to adjust it to. Bottom comes no lower than your knee. And breathe. Slow, deep breaths. Once again, extending that right leg. Extending that right arm. Gently releasing your hand down. And release the weight of the upper body down. Bending those elbows, just allowing that upper body to sink. Our wide-legged forward fold. If you need to adjust the width of your stance, adjust. If the crown of the head comes to the floor too soon, just narrow your stance a little bit. Let's reach out and take a hold of the outsides of the ankles and use the strength of the arms to pull that upper body towards the space between your legs. Breathe. Inhale, lift and release those arms, let them hang. And we're going to inhale it back up. Extending those arms, So we're about halfway up. Toes are turned down. I want you to narrow your stance just a little bit, nothing major. Maybe a half a heel toe in. And we're gonna take a big breath in and bend that left knee. Bottom comes no lower than your knee. That right sole of the foot stays connected to the earth, and just that really nice stretch through the inside of that right leg. And we come back to center. Inhaling and bending that right knee. Weights back in your heel. So we're really reaching your bottom back rather than down. Right, that left sole of the foot staying connected to the mat. And we rise. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Now we can place those hands above our bent knees and begin to roll up if we're taking care of our back, or extend those arms out to a T, lengthen through the crown of the head, and let's slowly hinge it up. Coming all the way up. Relax the arms. Turn your toes towards the top of the mat and a giant step forward to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Interlace your fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. Find a focal point out in front of you and slowly begin to shift your weight forward as you lift your heels as high as you can get them. Find your breath, soften those shoulders. Tall and steady. Pulling the hands to heart center. Release those fingers being interlaced. And begin to sit. Finding that breath, slow and steady, sinking to our balanced chair. Now a little different, our balanced chair, as those knees are not touching, nor our toes. Find that breath, find that stability, feel the grounding through the balls of the feet. Now slowly rise. Once again, interlace those fingers, all but the index finger and thumb, and extend and reach. Breathe, strong through the belly, strong through those glutes, amazingly strong through those feet. Slowly releasing the heels to the mat. Rock back to the heels, bring your big toes to touch, and as you exhale, sweep the arms back to flight, coming to airplane. Lengthening through the crown of the head, rolling those shoulders back, rotating your palms towards the sky, spread your fingers and reach. Evening out the weight distribution in your feet. I want you to feel the strength in those lats, that muscle group kind of through the back of the rib cage, underneath the armpit, underneath those shoulder blades, or kind of below the shoulder blades, I should say. Roll it back and squeeze. Now we'll rotate those palms up towards the sky, lift, and hinge it all the way back up. Pull the hands to heart center, shift your weight to your heels, sit to chair. Knees are gently touching. Big toes are gently touching. Toes are lifted. Core is strong. Inhale, rise, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Rock back to the heels, open those feet to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, stick or hop to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. Optional push-up if you like. To down dog. Breathe. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back heel to the mat, windmill your arms up to warrior two. Hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Shoulders soft, away from the ears. We roll that right knee open and we sink into those legs just as deeply as your body is willing to go. Back arm onto the back leg, front palm to the sky, reach it forward as far as you can reach. And then take it up and back. Reverse warrior, reaching out through those right fingertips, lengthening down that back leg with the left. Turn your gaze towards your back heel. Tuck your chin towards that left collarbone. And just breathe. Nice, big, deep breaths. Inhale, straighten that front leg and see if you can reach any further back. And inhale, rise. Arms open out to a T. Hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Reach it out over those left toes. Or right toes, I'm sorry. Reach, reach, reach. When you can't reach anymore. Right arm down. Left arm high. To triangle. Lengthening and extending out of that left shoulder. Find your breath. Rotating that left palm towards the front, reach it up and over. Working to make a horizontal line with that arm through the rib cage. Breathe. Inhale, lift that left arm back to the sky and slowly release that left hand down. Hand along the inside of that right foot, adjust your leg if you need to. Rotate your body and extend. Right arm to the sky, reach it up. High as you can reach, revolve triangle. Left hand can remain where it is, or if you have a little more room to play, you can place your hand to the top of the foot or to the pinky toe side of your foot. Find that brow. As you exhale, slowly releasing that right hand down. One hand on either side of your foot, front knee bends just slightly, and we're going to draw that back foot halfway in. Back toes still turned out to 45 degrees. And we're going to draw that left hip forward, right hip back. We lift and lengthen through the crown of the head, and then slowly begin to lower it down. Working to place the center of the tummy and chest onto that right leg. Taking your gaze towards your back big toe. Now that left hip is sneaky. It's going to try and pull back a little bit. We want to really work to keep those hips square. Hands can remain on either side of your foot, or if you like, bring your hands around behind your back. Either coming to reverse prayer, holding onto your forearms or your elbows, or interlacing your fingers. If those fingers are interlaced and you'd like to add a shoulder stretch, roll those shoulders up and back. Lift your hands towards the sky. Find your breath, gazing back towards that left big toe. Slow, steady breaths, pyramid pose. Whole lot of love for those hamstrings. Slowly bringing the hands to the small of the back. Lengthen through the crown of the head, hinging all the way back up. Keeping those hips square. As you exhale, arch it back. Reach your knuckles towards your heels. Gaze towards the sky. Open your heart. And inhale it back up. Release your hands. Step forward to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high, lean in and reach. Really lean in and reach. Extend through the fingertips in both directions. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, lean in and reach. Left arm high, right arm low. Reach as far as you can reach. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, up to monkey half lift. Exhale, down, walk, stick, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, hold. Lift out of those shoulders, lengthen through the crown of the head. I want you to feel strong, grounded. Now, if the knees are bent, same thing. We're going to cross that right leg up and over. So you're just going to kind of cross at the mid-calf and just extend that right leg. If the legs are long, not on the knees, cross at the ankles. And hold, lengthen. Breathe. If you like, one push-up. Another. Release the right foot, right knee, or cross with the left. So if those knees are bent, we're just going to kind of cross at that mid calf. If those legs are long, ankles are crossed. Lift out of those shoulders, lengthen through the crown of the head, draw that belly button in and up. If you like, one push up. And again, release that left foot, lift your hips to down dog. Adding a little tip of the pelvis, reaching your sit bones high. Allowing those heels to sink a little deeper stretch as the body's gotten warmer. And we shift our weight to our right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back heel to the mat. Windmill those arms up to warrior two. Hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Pelvis is slightly tucked under. Knees slightly rolled open. Right in line with that hip. So we don't want it to flare way out to the side. Just right in line. Shoulders are soft. Neck is long. Sink into that leg as deep of a lunge as your body is ready to go. Back arm onto the back leg, front palm to the sky, reach forward as far as you can reach and take it up and back. Reverse warrior. Right hand sliding down that back leg, left fingertips reaching and lengthening. Let's turn and take our gaze towards our back heel. Breathe. We inhale and straighten that left leg, lengthening through those left fingertips. Reverse triangle. And let's inhale it up. Arms open out to a T. Hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Reach it out over those left toes, far as you can reach. When you can't reach anymore, left arm down, right arm high. Reach up. Extend out of the shoulder, up through the tips of the fingers. Should feel this amazing stretch through the ribs and the waist. Down the back of that left leg, let's rotate that right palm towards the front. Reach it up and over. Feeling that extension as you reach to those fingertips. Amazing stretch in the waist, through the ribs. Breath still slow and steady. We inhale, lifting that right arm to the sky. And as you exhale, slowly releasing that right hand down, placing your hand along the inside of your left foot. Adjust the feet if you need to. Rotate your body and extend. Left arm to the sky, reach it up. High as you can reach. Rotating through the torso, lengthening through the crown of the head. Extending. Now, do you still have room to play? If you like, shifting that right hand to the top of the foot or to the pinky toe side of your foot. Listen to your body, you guys. It should be saying thank you, not what the heck. Make sure you know the difference. As you exhale, slowly release that left hand down. One hand on either side of your foot. Slight bend in that left knee. We're going to draw that right foot halfway in. Back foot's turned out to that 45-degree angle. And we're going to draw that right hip forward. Left hip back. Lift just a bit. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Keep that length in the spine as you slowly begin to hinge it forward. Working to place the center of your tummy and chest onto that left leg. Gazing towards your back big toe. Breathe. Slow and steady. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest just to make sure we don't have that tension going on at the base of the head. Now we can keep our hands resting where they are, or if you like, bring the hands around behind your back. Choosing to interlace your fingers, hold on to your forearms, or come to reverse prayer. You decide what's right for you. Keeping those hips side by side. If you have those fingers interlaced and you'd like a shoulder stretch, roll those shoulders up and back. Lift your hands towards the sky. Again, gazing towards that back big toe, still working to keep those hips square, still working to keep the center of the tummy and chest right along the left thigh. So regardless of where the hands are at this point, let's bring the hands to the small of the back. Interlacing those fingers, lengthening through the crown of the head, core strong. We hinge it all the way back up. Sometimes that feels like a long way. And arch it back, opening your heart, reaching those knuckles towards the ground. Breathe. Inhaling it back up. Release your hands, step it forward to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the sky, and as you exhale, to the right, pressing through that left palm. Inhaling it back up. Exhaling and leaning to the left, pressing through that right palm. Inhaling it back up. Pull the hands to heart center. Find a focal point out in front of you. If you would like to move where there's a wall handy or a counter, or if you've got a chair handy so that you have some support if you need it, feel free to do that. We find a focal point out in front and we shift our weight to our left foot. Left arm extends to the sky. Right arm out to a 90-degree bend, palm is up, thumb is pointing towards the back. And we're going to lift that right foot, reach down with that right hand, taking a hold along the inside or the arch of your foot, and draw your knees towards one another. So this is our dancer's pose. You can intensify your dancer's pose if you feel ready for it. If you like, begin to press your foot into your hand. Hand begins to guide your foot towards the sky. We can keep that chest lifted, or you are welcome to hinge forward. Breathe. Find that breath. Strong through the belly. Strong through that supporting leg. Inhale, slowly rise, drawing those knees back towards one another. Releasing that right foot, crossing that right foot above the left knee. Both arms reach to the sky. We reach down with that left hand, taking a hold of that right foot, guiding your foot up to where the hip and the leg meet, and gently pressing that right knee down towards the mat. Breathe. Circling that right arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. If you can find your left arm, hold on to it. Nice stretch for that right hip. Strengthening that supporting leg. Always working on stability and balance. You guys, such a key component in staying healthy and strong with each day that goes by. We release that right hand, once again extending the arm to the sky. Releasing your foot, right foot comes to right knee bends to 90 degrees, arms extend to the sky, and then gently pull the hands to heart center. Releasing that right foot down. Roll out the ankles, stretch your toes on that left foot. Get rid of the wiggles in the arms. Nice work. And we're going to do the other side. So as you are ready, starting in our mountain pose, just feeling strong and solid, pulling those hands to heart center. Once again, finding your focal point. We shift our weight to our right foot. Extending that right arm to the sky. Left arm opens out to 90 degrees, palm is up, thumb is pointing towards the back, core is engaged. We reach down with that left hand, we lift up with that left foot, taking a hold along the inside or the arch of your foot, and then drawing those knees back towards one another. So again, you can choose to stay right here in our dancer's pose. Lots of room to play in our dancer's pose. If you like, begin to press your foot into your hand as your hand guides your foot towards the sky. Chest can remain lifted, or you're welcome to hinge forward. Finding that breath. Stable, strong, grounded, rooted into the earth. I love this pose for that grounding effect. Challenging. Fun. Slowly we rise, drawing those knees back towards one another. As we release that left hand, left foot crosses above the right knee, both arms come to the sky. We reach down with that right hand, taking a hold of that left foot, guiding your foot up to where the hip and the leg meet, and then gently pressing that left knee down and away. Nice stretch, ankle, knee, outer hip. So just be mindful and be kind to your body, guys. How about that right foot? Can you feel all those little stabilizing muscles just working overtime? So guys, as our balance improves, our posture improves. Our gait improves. Less risk of falling. More risk of staying healthy, or I should say, no risk. We're gonna stay healthy. So guys, balance, key. Always say, whenever you guys are just standing still, if you wanna get better at your balance, brushing your teeth, washing dishes, anything where you're just steady, staying still, stand on one leg. Then gently release your foot. Both arms extend to the sky, left knee bent to 90 degrees. Pull the hands to heart center. And gently release it down. Roll out your ankles, stretch your toes. Nice job, you guys. Get rid of the wiggles with the arms. Back to the top of the mat they go. Big shoulder roll to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhaling up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, one push up. Hold your plank. Toes or knees, halfway down, hold. Shoulders roll back, crown of the head lengthening out. All right, all the way down and hold. Your lowest crocodile. Now lower down onto your tummy, untuck those toes, lift your hands. Chin is off the mat. Now place your hands right back down by your chest. Retuck the toes if you were on your knees are good. On the toes, press it back up to half, or to your lowest crocodile, sorry. We'll go to half in just a second. Half lift, hold. And all the way back up to plank. Lift your hips to down dog, nice work. Starting from that ground zero can be challenging. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press that chest and shoulder towards your thighs, reach your sit bones high. And gently release those heels back down. Shifting your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right knee through, foot to the inside, we come to pigeon pose. Untuck those back toes. Lifting the chest, if that's not great for your lower back, bring your hands forward. If you're not great with that knee, come over onto that right hip and pull that back leg in. Otherwise, we're nice and tall in our pigeon. Finding the breath. Now you can use those hands to kind of prop you up even more to deepen that back bend effect going on in your pigeon. But really we're focusing on that right hip. So wherever you need to be to let those hips relax, the groin relax. Placing that right hand to the outside of the right knee, left arm extends out. Circle it around, and let's draw that back foot in. Find your breath. Now we're gonna pull the heel in towards your bottom. Breathe. If you like, bringing the foot to the inside, the crook of the elbow, and we're gonna reach around with that right hand and lock the fingers. Breathe. Find that breath, guys. Feels pretty good. Body needs this today. Gently releasing the hands, right foot to the outside of the knee, left leg extends, circle that left arm back up and over, and let's walk the hands forward. And just release the weight of the upper body down. Find the breath, slow it down. Take a big breath in and squeeze every muscle in that lower body. Feel yourself lift up just a little bit. And then exhale, sink. So we're gonna add a rotation here, only if you like. You are welcome to just stay in sleeping pigeon. If you're like, yeah, I wish there was a deeper stretch, add that rotation. Only if you like, lifting slightly. We're gonna rotate and place that left elbow and left shoulder to the mat. Turning, placing the palms, stacking them one on top of the other. Right elbow pointing towards the sky, and we take our gaze to the sky. Find your breath. Really working to deepen and slow that breath. signaling to the body that all is well. It's okay to let down the guard, to let that stretch happen. And slowly release your rotation, coming back to sleeping pigeon. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. One hand on either side of the knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Go ahead and open up your hips. Lift that right leg just as high as you can get it. Add a flex of your foot and a bend of that right knee. Draw your heel towards your bottom. Press through the palms of the hands and guide that weight back towards that left heel. Extending right leg to the sky and slowly releasing it down to down dog, holding your down dog, or inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. Shifting your weight to your right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left knee through, foot to the inside, to pigeon. So again, taking care of those knees, taking care of that lower back. If you need to come over onto that left hip and draw that right knee in, make sure that that happens. If the lower back needs a little love, guys, take that arch out of the back as much as you need to. If you're loving it, use the hands to kind of press and prop yourself up even more. It's going to give you a deeper stretch through that right hip flexor and just a little bit more of a back bend effect. Breathe. Left hand to the outside of that left knee, right arm extends out, circles around, and we're going to draw that back foot in. Take a hold of it if you can find it. Now it's progress, guys, right? So each time we come back to practice, practice equals progress. And then slowly, if it feels right to you, start to pull that right heel in. You can bring the foot to the inside of the crooked elbow. Just making sure that the body's ready for it. If you like, left arm extends out, reaching in front. We interlace those fingers, holding on or locking the fingers, I should say. Breathe. Find that breath. Quiet your body. Is there guard going on anywhere? Can you let that guard quiet just a little bit? We gently release the hands, releasing that left hand back, and slowly releasing that right foot, circling that right arm up and over. Let's walk those hands forward. Either fully extending those arms or stacking your hands, just relax down to sleeping pigeon. Relaxing down as best we can. So sometimes relaxation and getting deeper in the pose don't go hand in hand, guys. So we're really just trying to let go as much as we can. So again, you can prop yourself up a little bit. Maybe we don't come all the way down to sleeping pigeon. Maybe we come onto our forearms. So it's about finding that space where your body is ready to go and not being afraid to modify. So listen to your body, guys. If there is a fear of going deeper, your body is telling you something and you should really listen to it. If your body is like, yeah, maybe, let's give it a shot. It's letting you know that it's ready to move on a little bit more. Just don't go from 3 to 7 or 2 to 10, slowly, incrementally, adding in those deeper stretches, so long as you can breathe deep. Speaking of adding in deeper stretches, if you like, lift just slightly, turn, placing the right elbow, right shoulder to the mat. We stack the palms of the hands, left elbow pointing towards the sky. Now press that right elbow into the mat as you take your gaze even higher into the sky. Find your breath. Making sure that the body is on board. There's no messages saying, please get out of this pose. Listen, honor, and respect. Gently releasing that rotation, coming back to sleeping pigeon. And slowly walk those hands back up. One hand on either side of the knee, tuck the toes, lift the hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg to the sky. Flexing that left foot, opening up those hips, bending that left knee, and draw your heel towards your bottom. Pressing through the palms of the hands to guide that weight back towards that right foot. Amazing long stretch down the back of that right leg. Extending left leg to the sky and slowly releasing it down, coming back to our downward facing dog. We inhale it to high plank. Slow as you can go, let's take it down, all the way down onto the tummy. Tops of the feet to the mat. Relax the chin, the nose to the mat. And let's pull that right heel in toward your bottom. Reach back with that right hand. Take a hold of your foot if you can find it and draw your heel towards your bottom. So as we center the heel onto that right glute, I want you to notice what's going on with that right hip. Now, if it's more comfortable for you, you can turn and place your cheek to the mat. Just making sure you're not kind of tucking your chin. So we've got that big bend in the neck. Drawing the heel in, noticing if that right hip, the front of the pelvis is pulled off the mat. I want you to keep that heel as tight against your bum as you can and press that right hip towards the front, towards your mat. And that's going to deepen that stretch to that quadricep. Making sure that the knee is still happy. That was super cool. I just kind of felt my body just melt. It was ready to go. So nice. Love it when that happens. Doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's pretty awesome. Now gently releasing the intensity with that right arm, placing that right hand back up by your shoulder, by your face, and bring that left foot in. Reach back with that left hand, take a hold of your foot, and draw your heel in towards your bottom. As we center that heel right in towards that left glute, guys, noticing the stretch, the top of the foot, the ankle, the knee, quadricep, the hip flexor, and noticing if the front of that pelvis, that left side, is lifted off the mat. Probably so. That's just the natural thing the body does to make things easier. So to intensify that stretch, we're going to keep that heel pressing towards the bottom and draw that the front of the pelvis, that hip, right back towards the mat. So we're activating muscles in the shoulder and the arm. Probably activating, you might notice, through the core. It's kind of cool. So really that mind-body connection of what's working, what's stretching, what's letting go, what can we totally relax and still keep the integrity of the pose. So it's part of the reason when we hold the poses a little bit, to really feel what your body is doing, how your breath responds. Now release the intensity, but keep a hold of that left foot. Draw your right foot in and reach back with that right hand. So we've got both feet, knees right in line with those hips. So your knees have this tendency to want to flare out to the side. I want you to really focus and keep those knees hip width apart. Now we can stay right here. This is actually a great stretch. If you like, and you're ready for it, press those feet into your hands as you begin to lift the upper body and those thighs. Bow pose. So we're gazing forward towards the top center of our mat, opening through the chest. Nice little stretch for those biceps, you might notice. Activating those glutes and those hamstrings, all of the muscles in that posterior chain, slowly releasing it down. Keep a hold of those feet. We're going to come back to bow pose one more time. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, press and lift. Breathe, gazing forward towards the top center of the mat. And exhale, release it down, releasing one foot. And then the other, hands right by your chest. Press it back to child's pose. And just sit it back. Let yourself melt. So those back bends can sometimes add a little bit of tension going on in that back. So as we come into child's pose, maybe take a moment and really let yourself just sink a little bit at a time. Slow, steady breaths. Take the time you need. If you need a little extra time in child's pose, take it. As you're ready, walk your hands up. We're going to come over onto a hip and sweep those feet around. Taking that left foot, bringing it into the inner thigh of the right leg is extended out. We cross that right hand to the top of the knee. Left arm extends up. Add a flex of that right foot. Reach it up and forward. Turn your gaze towards the sky. Breathe. Inhale, reach the sky. Place that left hand around behind you, right about hip height. Extend right arm to the sky. Point your right toes. Lift those hips and reach. Extend and arch it back. Lengthening through those right fingertips. As you exhale, slowly release your bottom back down. Releasing that right hand around behind you. Switch sides. Left leg extends out, right sole of the foot comes to the inner thigh. Add a flex of that left foot, cross that left hand to the top of the knee, right arm up and over. Rolling that right shoulder back, we turn our gaze to the sky. Just breathe, guys. Find those big deep breaths. Inhaling it back up nice and tall, releasing that right hand around behind you, right behind your hip. Point those left toes, reach your left arm to the sky, and let's press and lift. Opening through the hips, opening that chest, and if it feels right to you, reaching back. Oh, big stretch. Strong through that right shoulder. Inhale, lift that left arm, slowly release your hip. Releasing that left hand around behind you. Let's cross those legs to easy pose. Bringing the hands to the shins, just below the knees. Take a big breath in, press the chest forward, arch your back, gaze to the sky. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest, press your spine towards the back, chin towards the chest. As we move through cat and cow 2 more times, I just want you to notice the difference. Because typically we do this at the beginning of class. Noticing if there's less resistance, a little more fluid movement, a little more ease of the breath, making this our last cat. And inhaling it up nice and tall. Release your hands. Let's turn legs long down the top of the mat. Flex your feet, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward, reach it out. Release your hands and relax the weight of your head. Find your breath. Inhale, reaching out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet, close your eyes, and slowly roll it back. And relax. Right knee pulls in. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand to the outside of the right knee and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Turn your gaze out over that right arm. And close your eyes. Nice, big, deep breaths. Releasing that left hand, rolling back to center. Extending right leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip. Reach out through the toes and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Left knee comes in, left arm extends out to a T. Right hand to the outside of the left knee and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Turn your gaze out over that left arm. And close your eyes. Just that final rotation, that wringing out of any last little bit of tension anywhere. Releasing that right hand, rolling back to center, extending left leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation to that hip. Reach out through the toes and slowly lower the leg. Make it as long as you can and allow it to come to rest. Arms come down by your sides, palms open to the sky. If you like, resting one hand just below your belly button, one hand just below your sternum. And relax the weight of those arms, the weight of your body. Softly closing the eyes and let that breath just flow. Take a moment to just let the body be still. Taking a moment, honoring and with a sense of gratitude, recognizing the hard work we have put into our practice and our well-being today. There's a sense of balance, feeling safe, wellness, and awareness here. An amazing gift to kind of bring ourselves back to balance. There's an awareness to the sounds around you. Taking a moment to check in, mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Hopefully feeling a pretty positive change in all of them. Relax and just breathe. As you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your limbs. Taking the time you need. Drawing your knees in, rolling to one side. Again, taking the time you need. Using the strength of your arms to help you come back up to a seated position that feels right to you. We sit nice and tall. Eyes closed, hands resting comfortably. Keeping those eyes closed, pulling the hands to heart center. As we bring our practice to a close, just a few words for you to carry with you or let them float on by. I listen to the words in my mind before I speak them. If they are not as planned, I take time to rethink. Gently bow your head. And ever so gently whispering, namaste, thank you, or love and light. Inhale, lift the head, gently open the eyes, big smile. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. Be well. As always, you guys, a privilege and honor to be here for you guys. Thank you for inviting me into your home and into your life. As always, you mean the world to me. Take care, be well, and until the next time, namaste.